Welcome to this space. If you've never been here before, this is Holyoke Media. This is an asset that we have, what we do here for the community. For example, this is all being recorded online. There's technology in here that allows people to watch from home. And today's announcement and recording will be also streamed regularly on our public access channel so that people from home can observe the announcements that we have today. I do, again, want to thank everybody that's here. Most in particular, I want to thank all the men and women that work for the Holyoke Police Department that are also here, and those that are not here for the work that they do every single day. I called for this opportunity to share information about some upcoming changes that are coming at the Holyoke Police Department. But first, after 31 years of dedicated service to the city of Holyoke, our Police Chief Pratt has advised me that he is retiring effective July 31. It has been a real privilege to work with Chief Pratt, who started the role of chief just a few short months before I assumed office. And in our 2.5 years of collaboration, I have found Chief Pratt to be forthright and to be extremely compassionate. It has been an honor to have worked together with Pratt and also getting to know him as a human being. After joining the department in 1993, how old was I in 1993? 86. 6 years old, Chief? He rose to the supervisory ranks in 1999 before becoming captain in 2011. He has been commander of operations and criminal investigations and led the Holyoke School Resource Officer Program. In 2021, he was named chief. I'm going to be your host and MC. We're going to hear from the chief to share some comments, and after that, we'll continue the program. Chief Pratt.
I got this nice speech here. I don't know if I really need it. Obviously, if the mayor was like, 3 when I started, it's probably time for me to go. That just became real apparent as I stood over there and heard him say that. It's time. I'm ready. I've had a great career. I want to start just give a little history myself here, Mayor. I'll start by thanking Mayor Hamilton, who appointed me in 1993. I know, it makes me feel old, I know. Mayor Saskevich, Sullivan, and Pluta, who were mayors who were here during my promotional years and as I rose through the ranks. Ultimately, Mayor Morse appointed me the chief in 21, just before he left. Short term in between, Mayor Murphy, who helped with my transition. As I became chief, right before I became chief, I worked with Mayor Murphy to get the ball rolling, and then ultimately with Mayor Garcia, who has been a strong partner for the police department. He has been a partner for me as well as the police department. He's helped me make the improvements that I've tried to make. We talked very early on. But he was great when he came in. He was so many ideas, and he was going to change it all. But we just talked, and we had a great conversation one day. I remember right out on High Street, and we just said we're going to just do small things, and when we look back, we'll see how all those add up. And I think we've done that. We've made huge improvements in technology and infrastructure in the department, our equipment. But one of the most important things we've done, and the mayor's been a strong supporter, and it's not easy because there's a lot of challenges with it, but our staffing levels, getting our staffing levels up so that we can do more. We want to do more for the citizens, and the mayor has been a strong supporter of that. I want to thank all the workers over the last 31 plus years of my career. They go back to the Dennis Police Department, where I started as a summer cop, to the Holyoke officers to all my federal and state partners, some of the greatest people I've ever known. Oh, this is tougher than I thought. Tougher than I thought. Lastly, my family and friends, my wife, my kids, my parents. There's a lot of long nights and weekends. But that's what retirement's about. I'm going to make up those times. Thank you. I have complete faith in what we're about to do here. The mayor and I have worked great together. We've had so many challenges, and when we've had those challenges, we sit down, we strategize, we think about like what's the best way forward. And this is no different. We've done the exact same thing. We've sat down, we've come up with a great transition plan. It makes me feel good about leaving because I know that things are going to be in good hands. The mayor has a great plan. I don't want to spoil all his talking points. So I'll just say that I want to thank the Public Relations Committee as well. They've worked with me side by side over the last couple years as well, and just so much insight from those meetings that helped me shape the department and move forward. So I'm feeling really good about this transition. I know the mayor has planned. I don't know if I should announce it now, but Captain Cruz, I have faith in him to step in and be the interim chief while we do this search for the next chief. And I have complete faith in the process we've put forward. And I want to let the citizens of Holyoke know that you're in good hands. And I'll be here right till the 31st, doing everything I can to ensure that that continues. That's all I got. Thank you, Mayor.
I do want to thank Chief Pratt so much for embracing my leadership in this role and just outright welcoming me. The job of chief is hard, just as much as the job of being the mayor is hard. And I so much appreciate the relationship that the chief and I has had to help navigate the challenges and improve services for our community. I am going to miss my interactions with Chief Pratt, but we must move forward. And just like any other organization where there is turnover, it usually presents an opportunity for us to reconvene, look at the accomplishments we've had, what is it we have been doing well, evaluate our services in the community, and if there are opportunities where we can implement change, we implement change where we see fit. We're going to soon embark on a journey of the search for a new police chief, and before I share details on that, I do want to announce, the chief already announced this for me, who will be stepping in as interim police chief so that the public and the men and women in the department know who will be in charge and ensure the continuity of services in our community. Beginning August 1st, Captain Isaias Cruz, another longtime member of the Holyoke Police Department, will serve as interim chief. I've worked with Captain Cruz on a number of projects and initiatives, and he has my full confidence as well as my appreciation for stepping up for this very important role as we transition. I want everyone to know that although we have had some successes, and I am extremely grateful for the incremental progress we have achieved to date, I am fully aware of public concerns regarding policing in the community and of whether or not we are truly meeting the expectation of what our community deserves when it comes to their safety. Cruz will be tasked with continuing to implement the recommendations in the police audit I authorized last year. Cruz and I are going to work together to evaluate the effectiveness of existing police programs and initiatives, including our participation in Regional Task Force, our opioid community response unit on Ray Street, as well as the deployment of officers to ensure the citizens of Holyoke have the security and the service they expect and that they deserve. At this time, I want to introduce Captain Cruz to share some comments.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. I've been up since 3 in the morning because the chief told me it's just going to be low profile, just a quick speech. So since 3 in the morning, I've been laying in bed like talking to myself. And I come in this morning, he tells me the same thing, but for some reason I said, I got to get a speech. I got to write a speech. And he was going to grab my speech and throw it out. But these guys are give great speeches. I'm looking around. I'm like, I am glad I wrote my speech. So, thank you everyone for coming. I would like to thank Mayor Garcia for giving me the opportunity to lead the men and women of the Holyoke Police Department. I've been with the police department for 30 years now. I'm excited to work with the mayor and all the city council members and department heads. About myself, I was born and raised in Holyoke in the flat section of the city, later moving to the Churchill area. I attended Holyoke Public Schools, Lawrence, Peck, and graduating from Holyoke High School, the class of '88. I also graduated from Holyoke Community College with an associate's degree in criminal justice and later obtained my bachelor's degree from Curry College. I served in the military for 23 years, both active and reserves, retiring with honorable service. After active duty and prior to becoming a police officer, I worked in the prison system as a correctional officer under Sheriff Ash and with Nick Cochie. 30 years ago, I started in this department walking the beat on the midnight shift. I later spent time as a community police officer on a bike patrol. Approximately 27 of my 30 years have been spent in the patrol division. I've also spent time in the detective bureau working on major crimes. I've investigated murders, rapes, bank robberies, arson, and a slew of other crimes. I've commanded officers on all 3 shifts, first, second, and third shifts. Currently, I command the Detective Bureau and the Criminal Investigations Bureau. The Narcotics Bureau. I bring a wealth of knowledge and strong leadership to the position. I'm confident in my abilities as a leader, a mentor, and I can assure the citizens of Holyoke that I will lead the department with dignity and work hard on public safety, quality of life issues, while also showing compassion to those in need. As a captain, I've worked alongside Chief Pratt for the last 3 years, learning and understanding the management side of the chief's job. I've been the operations commander for all major events in these last 3 years, including the 4-day Fiestas Patronales, the fireworks, the St. Patrick's Parade, the road race. Recently, I've commanded Operation Safe Streets. We've done 6 of them, going on 7 soon. I'm confident it will be a smooth transition when I take over for Chief Pratt. As I've prepared myself for the change, I have the knowledge and experience to successfully assume the leadership role as interim chief. I also want the public to know that I'm also available in Spanish. I speak and understand the language. For those who can't speak the language and would like to meet with me at any time, whether it's a phone call or a meeting, I understand you. Come see me anytime. Lastly, I look forward to working together as a team with all department heads, the police unions, the mayor's office, and every counselor, as well as the public. Again, thank you for the opportunity, and be rest assured that the department will be in good hands with me as a department head. Thank you.
It wasn't so bad. Thank you so much, Captain. Captain will be stepping into the role of interim beginning August 1st, which is the first day of Fiesta Patronales. So you'll be chief on the first day of Patronales. And we're doing this because in this transition, we want the public to know that continuity will continue. Day-to-day management of the police department will be fine. We're going to continue the work. And the commander in operations is clear. But now, moving forward, what do we do about permanent chief beyond the interim? And so that's what I also wanted to announce today. For the past 2.5 years since I've been mayor, I've been meeting every single month with Police Relations Advisory Committee that Mayor Murphy had put together before I started, and I added to it. And with this committee, actually, I want to introduce them, and then I'll get into it, because I want the folks to know who the community members are that are on this committee that will be actively engaged with my administration in this process. This committee includes Kalana Rivera. Kalana, come on up. Come stand beside us. Jennifer Keat. Axel Fontanez. Alan Fletcher. Rosanna Lopez. Spread out. Colleen Chesmore. Also on our committee, we do have some folks from within the department as well. We have Detective Beeben, Officer Cologne, Sergeant Zerheit. And working with this committee on my behalf, it's going to be Kelly Curran, our Personnel Director. And I'm also including in this search process the chair of our Public Safety City Council, City Councilor Jenny Rivera. I wanted the folks to see who's standing up here with me. This is the community that's going to help navigate the process and help find who the next chief is going to be. The next chief, what I've tasked these folks to do in previous conversations, because we've prepared for this, I want the top 3 candidates, and I will not be at that table. Kelly Curran is going to help facilitate on my behalf, and I do hope to put together a request to the council, a funding amount to help even bring on board an outside consultant to help put together some sort of process, and we open it up. And just so that folks know, I have no real desire, interest for external or internal. It can be whoever. It could be somebody internal. It could be somebody not internal. Somebody from Holyoke, could be somebody from the other side of the country. I'm flexible. But I want this committee to work together and help us try to figure out what are the qualities that we want on that chief, what are the criteria that we're looking for, and as you evaluate candidates, that you bring forward to me the top 3 most qualified that best fits that profile, and I'll take it from there. That's going to be our process going into this so that we can be sure that we find the person. Again, government it's not a top-down institution. It works better when it works from the bottom up, and the process that we're putting together is from the bottom up and middle out to get us that candidate that is the best choice. And although you might not like the candidate that gets picked, at least you understand and respect the process put together to find that candidate. So thank you so much. For stepping up and helping out with this transition. It certainly is going to be a loss to lose, but obviously we understand that, at some point you got to move on. People got to move on.
I graduated in 86.
You graduated in 86. I was born in 86. I do want to thank other counselors that are here with us today, and certainly want to thank Sheriff Kochi for making some time and being part of this important announcement. As far as questions, we're going to close it right now. Feel free to come on up and interview the interim, the chief, members of the committee, for the news that's here for folks that want to ask your questions. At that time, I want to conclude this press conference. Thank you for coming, and best of luck to the people behind me in this process.